All right, welcome back to the final day of 3 Steps to Secure Attachment. My loves, I'm so grateful that you're here with me live or with my replay squad. You're watching this. It's going to be an epic one where we are now going to anchor in all that work that we've done over the past 2 days and really embody what it means to feel secure within. So I'm going to take you through an embodiment exercise today, which is super exciting. But as always, make sure you have everything that you need before we begin. I have my tea, as I have been every morning, and just get as cozy as possible, making this your time to gift yourself this time, this energy together. Remove all those distractions, put your phone away, and be present and show up for yourself and have that notebook to hand. So as always, we're going to start with setting an intention, knowing that this theme for this session is all about embodying your secure self. So day one was all about awakening to those anxious or avoidant patterns within. Yesterday was all about aligning with what we want to call in to our lives. And today is about grounding that into our body, into our reality. So just for a moment, I would love you to close down the eyes and just put your hand on your heart. And first of all, just check in with yourself, with your body, how you're feeling this evening, this morning. Seeing if you can let everything go and center here in this moment, in this session together. And then see if there's an intention that comes through for you for today's session. To be open, to be present, maybe a certain outcome you'd like to achieve, such as I'd really love to connect to my secure self today. I know she's in there. Take a big deep breath for me. Inhale and exhale. Oh, release any tension or stress that you've located in the body. And give yourself a gentle smile. Even just smiling can really shift our mood. And then open up the eyes and let's get going on this final leg of the journey we have together. All right. Just another reminder, every time you post in the Facebook group your homework or any questions that you have, just hashtag Live Squad or Replay Squad so I know who you are and where you're watching this training. And a reminder for the prize draw as well. If you comment on all 3 homework posts, you'll be entered into the prize draw to win one of these prizes. The first one is a 30-minute one-on-one call with me, and the second one is access to my self-trust mini course. You have until Sunday, so don't panic. Sunday's the deadline to get all your homework in on the Facebook group. You want that extra prize draw entry, just tag me on Instagram of anything to do with the masterclass at all. It doesn't need to be anything specific. It's just to raise that awareness and get more people to know about this masterclass if you feel like it would serve them. And then I would love to personally thank you as well. All right, so another quick announcement, and my picture is working today. Stay until the end if you want to hear more about the Securely Attached program. This is our signature program that has everything that you need to go from feeling anxious and needy and insecure in your relationships to feeling confident, calm, and securely attached. So there are exclusive bonuses and an early bird discount just for you guys here on the masterclass as well. So, like I said, day one was all about awakening to those patterns. Day two was all about aligning with your values and vision. And now day three, we're going to anchor into that self-trust, anchor in to that secure self that is within you. You probably heard me say this before, but I know that we are all born secure. And it is through our conditioning, our programming that we have received through childhood, where we have learned these patterns and behavioral techniques in order to survive, in order to sustain connection and attachment. But what used to serve us in childhood is now actually sabotaging us in our adult relationships. And now it is up to us. It's our responsibility. It's not our fault, but it is our responsibility to really take care of that within us if we do want to call in that healthy, calm, secure love that's not triggering us all the time into anxiety. And it starts with us. All right, so another little check-in with you ladies. Just pop an emoji into the chat to let me know how you're currently feeling this morning or this evening. Let me see how I feel. I am coming on my period, so I'm feeling a little bit, ooh, I think if there was emoji like I think that would represent how I'm feeling today, but also a smiley face because I'm excited to take you through today's session. It's going to be a really good one. Jessica, you have a weighted blanket. Oh, those are the best. I love weighted blankets. I also have these heat pads that I like to put on my body when I'm feeling a little bit anxious. I put them on my chest and my stomach. Feels so good. Heat is incredible for soothing anxiety. Yeah, and also fun fact, ice baths. My friends and I were talking about this the other day. If you have anxiety, the worst thing you can do is actually get into an ice bath. It's okay to put your hands and your face in the ice, but if you completely immerse your body, you're actually overstimulating and overactivating your nervous system even more. So heat is the way to go if you do have anxiety in the body. All right, so oh, Jessica, I love your emojis. Like, ooh. Okay, great. Step 3 is all about anchoring in that secure self. So, first of all, let's explore together. What does it mean to be securely attached? Pop it in the chat or in the comment section if you're watching this on replay. For you, what does it mean to be securely attached? So you can either use your notebook right now and write down some things, and I'm going to go through my ideas of what it means to be securely attached, but I also just want to know what you're thinking. All right, Jessica, you're safe. Absolutely safe. It's safe to be me. I am safe in this connection. I am safe in myself. I am safe in the world. I am safe to express. I am safe to set boundaries. And that starts with us. So, of course, people, partners, friends can support us to feel safe, to create a safe environment, because it's quite difficult to be yourself and to express your needs and boundaries with someone who doesn't feel safe. If someone is constantly judging you or getting defensive or pulling away from you, that is not a safe environment. So that is a pinnacle point of what it means to be securely attached. And if we bring that back to ourselves, is to feel safe right now in this moment. Maybe even have a little mini check-in with yourself. Do I feel safe to be myself right now in this moment with myself? Do I feel safe to feel my feelings, to express my feelings, express my opinions? So yes, Sandra, welcome. We're just talking about what does it mean to be securely attached, if you want to get in on this conversation. And I'm going to share a few ideas of what I've come up with. And this is very expansive, by the way. Like there's so much to discuss, I guess, when it comes to this topic, but just to keep it short and simple, I put at the top here what it is not. And this is because I've noticed a lot of my clients, when they come into my programs, is then they expect themselves and they're already dealing with perfectionism. Now I have to do everything right. Now I have to be absolutely perfect because that's what it means to be securely attached. Well, it does not. It's not perfection. It's not having these high expectations on yourself now to get every single thing right. This is a journey. This is a practice. Right? We're trying to unravel years of conditioning, of survival mechanisms that have been ingrained in your system for so long. And now we're learning something new. It's like learning a new language. It takes practice. It takes consistency. You're going to use the wrong tone now and again. You're going to use the wrong words, just like in a new language. And it's all about coming back and being compassionate. It's okay. I know I'm learning something new right now. I cannot expect myself to be perfect, to communicate everything perfectly and to do everything perfectly. So it's a practice. It's not repression. Another thing that I notice is an idea that people have is that now that I am working towards being securely attached, I'm not going to feel any quote unquote bad or negative emotions. But the whole point of becoming securely attached is that you start to recognize that there's no such thing as good and bad emotions. They're just emotions. They're just information for us to understand ourselves more, to understand the world around us. It is all just sensory input coming from my external world that is now triggering me inside. And now I have to be with these emotions because they're mine to hold, they're mine to own. I can always ask people outside of myself for support, but it's up to me to come into a regulated state, regulation. So I burst people's bubbles sometimes by saying, like, just because you're on your way to becoming securely attached doesn't mean you're never going to feel anxiety again. But the difference is you know how to handle it. You have a relationship with anxiety now that you understand why it's coming up. You actually thank it for coming up because it's giving you a little bit of a prod as if something is up. We need anxiety. We can't get rid of it. We can't fix it. It's not there to be fixed. It's there to be listened to. And then once we give it the space to listen to it and we understand it, then we can release it. Then we can let go of it. It doesn't need to take control of us anymore. It doesn't need to be constantly present all the time. We do get to live in a state of feeling at peace, in our confidence, feeling calm on a daily basis. You have that right. You deserve that. And it is possible for you with emotional regulation work. Okay, let me know if any of this resonates with you guys in the chat as well. It's about trusting yourself, even when things feel uncertain. Back to that self-trust element, right? Where we look outside of ourselves for other people's opinions. Did I do this right? Was I wrong in doing this decision that I made, this thing that I want to do, that I may be feeling like I'm not good enough or I'm not worthy of it? I trust that I can do this. I trust that I'm making decisions for myself that is in my best interest, regardless of what people say outside of myself, and really holding strong in that. People may not understand why I'm making this decision. People may not, you know, uh, people may not like agree and things are really uncertain around me, like my relationship is on the rocks or my career is uncertain, like life is just happening, life is lifing. But I know through these storms that I can trust that I have held my own back. I can trust that I am acting in my own best interest. It's about setting those boundaries. Boundaries are super important. A lot of us have a bit of a distorted relationship with boundaries because we were taught that it's not safe to set boundaries. It's not okay. It's actually disconnecting. Maybe you had a parent that set very strong boundaries and it disconnected. And now you've come to associate boundaries with disconnection or abandonment. Maybe you tried to set a boundary as a child and your parent was not happy with that or an earlier relational experience. And now you've associated setting boundaries with that person walking away or withdrawing their love. But actually, healthy boundaries, not solid, rigid ones and not non-existent ones, healthy boundaries actually strengthens relationships and protects your peace, protects your heart, even if it means making others uncomfortable. A lot of us don't do it because we don't want to make other people uncomfortable. But it's actually people will respect you more when you set boundaries. I promise you. They will start to see you as someone who has their own back. I mean, they're able to set boundaries when they don't feel safe, when they don't feel comfortable, when something doesn't feel right, that respect will come. Whereas if we have no boundaries and we're like, yeah, I'm just available all the time for you and you can do whatever you want with me and at me and I will do whatever you want. I have no boundaries. They are going to see you as very moldable, for a better word. And that's when we become at risk of being manipulated, controlled. Not saying that the partners that we are with at the moment or our friends are doing this, but we are literally putting ourselves at risk and being vulnerable to that as well if we don't have those boundaries and putting ourselves in unsafe situations that doesn't feel right for us. It feels safe being your authentic self. You can be as silly and playful as you want, even if others judge you for it. You actually don't care because this is who you are. And you're so safe and secure in yourself now that you know that when someone's judging you for saying something or being silly, that they're actually just judging themselves. They're actually observing you. And for some reason, that's triggering you. Maybe it's because they want to be like that. A lot of people judge others because they are being presented with a part of that other person that they would like to see in themselves. For example, the playfulness, right? If someone's being really playful and then that someone's judging you, it's because they would want to be more playful in themselves. And what I notice in my relationship, I am silly, I'm playful, I'm childlike. And in past relationships, I have been told, don't be so stupid, don't be so childish. For goodness sake, grow up. This is what I heard from my parents as well. But now I'm like, no, I love this playfulness side of me. And my partner, thankfully, doesn't judge me for it because the environment that we created for ourselves is a safe one, and where he can be his authentic self and so can I. It's about communicating your truth clearly and respectfully. There's that communication element that I know we all struggle with. It feels difficult, but what it means to be securely attached is no longer avoiding that. We're no longer running from those difficult conversations. I'm going to regulate my nervous system. I'm going to step into my secure self. I'm going to have that really difficult conversation, even if it means that person walking away, even if it means that person deciding to not be in my life anymore. If that's the case, and I know that I'm communicating my truth, then that person was not meant for me. And you're solid in that. They're not meant for me. If they're walking away because I'm expressing a boundary, not for me. Not for me. This doesn't feel safe anymore. I'm in too much anxiety and I'm gonna walk away feeling good, feeling that I know that this is what's right for me. This is difficult. I'm not gonna say this is easy. This is difficult. But this is all about having that courage, that confidence, that courage, and knowing that that connection, that love, whatever you're looking for outside of yourself is within you. And people just complement that, not complete it. And then the last one here, it's about having your own back. Truly and solidly having your own back, even if it means facing rejection and abandonment. A lot of us go through life making decisions for ourselves and being different parts of ourselves, maybe not our full authentic self, because we're so afraid of that person rejecting and abandoning us. It's where a lot of our pleasing behaviors come from. I don't want this person to feel bad. I don't want to make them uncomfortable. I don't want them now to think that I'm this horrible person for setting a boundary and speaking my truth and my opinion. And this is another thing that I notice when we become securely attached. The people that used to benefit from you not having boundaries and not speaking up for yourself are not going to be okay with you now stepping into that securely attached space because they benefited from it, and they are going to be resistant to it. And then is when we start to notice the people that are meant to be in our lives, the people that are truly wanting the best for us, and the people that were just there to get something from you. Becoming securely attached also means starting to filter people out and draw people in. I was on my journey, I was amazed. And at first, I didn't want these people to leave my life, but I totally get it now why they needed to. Because they were a representation of the old version of myself. The new version of myself was attracting so many amazing friendships, like so many amazing friendships, amazing partners, amazing connections. So when someone decides to leave our life, it's not a loss, it's a gain. And we can now create more space for those next level people because you are becoming that next level version of yourself to come in to your life. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few examples back to back of what it means, like anxious and secure responses and mindsets I just want to check in to see if you have any other. Welcome, my loves. If you have just joined us, we are talking about what it means to be securely attached. If you do want to join that conversation. Okay, Jessica, I've never had safety in my previous relationships. Yeah, that's a pattern that we're identifying, that the environments that we are co-creating with someone else, no matter how hard we try to create safety, it can be very difficult when that person is not with us in order to, with us energetically, emotionally, wanting to create that safety. So it definitely resonates with me. Wonderful. All right. Beautiful. Hi, Antonella. No worries about being late. I'm so happy that you were able to join us. And Naomi as well, I can see has joined us as well. All right, my love. So I just wanted to give you a few examples of anxious and secure, because I know a lot of us do not have that role model growing up of securely attached parents. If anything, maybe some emotionally immature parents, maybe on the anxious side, on the avoidance side, on the fearful avoidance side. And now we are literally relearning all of this as this brand new world. So you can see here on the left, the anxious might say something like, he hasn't texted back. I must have done something wrong. He's not calling me. What have I done? I must have sabotaged in some way. I really want to just send them another message. I really want to call them right now because I'm so anxious. And on the secure side, it would be like, I'm feeling a little anxious. There's a reason why this is coming up. Let me get curious about this. I've had no reply. I've got no phone call. And you know what? That's okay. I cannot control someone outside of myself to now call me or text me. If they don't want to text or call me, that's information for me and not about me. What do I do with this? If I'm entertaining someone who can't even give me the bare minimum of a phone call now and again or response in a acceptable amount of time, is this something that you want to continue with in your life? You have to ask yourself that, because you deserve more. You deserve more than that bare minimum. His response time or her response time doesn't define my worth. It doesn't define who I am and what I'm worthy of. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to redirect back to myself, redirect that energy, and trust that I'm still safe because I've got my own back, regardless of how this person is behaving. And it is from that space, is from that grounded space, that you can then go ahead and start to seek clarity from this person rather than this emotional reactive text or call, like, what's going on? I need to know. I'm so anxious. No, like, okay, this lack of communication is not going to do well with me. I need to see where this person is at, if this person is even still willing to be in this connection with me. And if not, that's totally fine. I'm going to create that space for someone new to come in, even though that's going to be difficult. It's going to hurt, but I know that I deserve more. Or this person will start to see that I need to step up. If I want to be with this person, this high value woman, I need to freaking step up. Otherwise, I'm going to lose her. Start to see yourself as a prize. They're losing you right now. They need to step up. Otherwise, they are sabotaging themselves and losing you. You are a freaking prize to be won, not the other way around. Let's ground that in. All right, here's another one. The anxious person might say, I don't want to bring it up. What if it causes conflict? What if they find me too much and walk away? A lot of us avoid conflict. Oh, I don't want to say, I don't want to be seen as too needy. I don't want to be seen as too much, too dramatic, too sensitive. We've all heard this, right? From some people in our past, or maybe even from ourselves. Secure person would say, it's all right to express my needs. I am safe to be authentically myself, to express my needs and desires. If the connection that I have with this person cannot hold my truth, cannot have the capacity to even hear me out in expressing my desires and my needs, it's probably not secure anyway. Now, of course, we need to bring in that discernment of how much am I, and this is another way of the journey of securely attached, right? When it comes to needs, is being able to know and understand how far can I go in meeting my own needs. I need to have tools and strategies in order to meet my own needs. I cannot now be dependent on someone outside of myself to meet my needs. But what I can do is express them in a detached way, that I'm not now depending on you to meet my need for validation. I know that starts with me. I know I need to validate myself, But I'm just saying that this is important to me. I'm expressing that this makes me feel more safe in our connection. So if you are able to support me in meeting this need, that would be amazing because that's what it's all about, having a partner, right? And the connection, if it's secure, if it's something that is, if that person is willing to build with you, they will want to meet your needs. A secure man or woman will hear you out, will support you in meeting your needs, but they will not allow you to be dependent on them. They will encourage you and empower you to meet your own needs. A lot of what I say to my clients, right? Because my clients and I are in a secure relationship with each other. And sometimes the dependency will come in where like, I need your validation, I need your reassurance. I'll put it back to them. What do you feel like you need right now? How can you meet this need for yourself? A partner will also do that. Like, okay, what can you do to support yourself right now? What would make you feel better? Rather than doing it all for you, rather than fixing it all for you. All right, and the last one here, the anxious might say, I'll ignore their message and act cold and see if they chase me. Like the play it cool girl, right? We've all been there. I'm going to play it cool, I'm going to play it chill, whatever. I'm not bothered, whatever. I'm just going to ignore them and act cold. See if they really like me. And they pull away. And then I'll know if they care. But then we're stepping into a space of playing games. Then we're stepping into a space of being emotionally unavailable ourselves. And if we're starting to lead with that energy of playing games and sending the signal to them that I'm not like, I'm going to play your game and become avoidant and not respond, how is that not fixing, what's the word? How is that resolving anything? Right? Because now we're calling in a secure relationship. So we're no longer matching the energy of another person. Instead, we're going to call them into our energy. We are setting that energy and tone. We are setting it. And if they can't match it, then, they, like I said yesterday, people will either be repelled or they will match it if you are dating someone who is on the more insecure side. So we are not now being a reaction to anyone else's energy. If you're dating an avoidant, we're no longer becoming avoidant to match their energy. Instead, we're holding strong in our secure self. We're going to invite them to come into their secure selves because they have a secure self within them as well. If they can't access it, they have to do some work on themselves. That's not your responsibility. You can encourage, you can support, you can influence, you can inspire, but you cannot fix, you cannot control, you cannot do it for them. So instead, we'll say, if I'm feeling uncertain, I can speak to that directly. I can trust that this person can handle me coming to them with a concern that I'm not having, the communication here is not somewhere where I think that it will build a connection between us. I cannot connect you when I have this little conversation and connection. I'm feeling uncertain. I can speak to you directly because I know that I am in my confident, secure self. Real intimacy is built on honesty, not guessing games, not assuming, not playing it cool, not going avoidant. You deserve clarity, not confusion. So we're no longer putting ourselves in a space where our nervous system is dysregulated, where we're now having digestive problems, reproductive problems, anxiety problems, we're overthinking and overspiraling, we're breaking out in acne, we can't focus on work. No, we're no longer entertaining partners that trigger this within us. Of course, we're taking responsibility for ourselves. We know that this is old patterns playing out. It's not anyone else's fault. But we also can see if we have a partner that's not supporting us in our journey as well. Let me know if this is all resonating, my loves. I'm trying to find the chat here. Oh, there it is. See what you guys are saying. Okay. Sandra needed to hear this. I'm so happy. Jessica needed to hear this. I'm doing that tonight. Okay. Okay. I'm so happy that this message is coming through me for a reason. You girls needed to hear this, and I'm so happy that it has landed with you all. Okay. Antonella, today I changed my mindset a little, not letting the anxious win. I never act on it, so it's a good thing. I know I am a good person and I love with my heart and soul. Of course you do. Right now, it's his loss and he is not capable of keeping me. 100%. 100% it's his loss. And he is now giving you this opportunity, this invitation to really understand yourself more, to be here on this masterclass with us, and to be on this journey of changing your mindset, regulating your nervous system. And yeah, the only little thing I will say, that sentence, not letting the anxious win. Let's see if we can pull back from not seeing it as something that we need to conquer, seeing it as something that is trying to attack us. I totally understand where you're coming from. Absolutely, 100%. But just another little mindset offering for you is like the anxiety is something that is inviting us to go deeper within ourselves. All right, Jessica, I am so anxious. Okay, my love. I'm with you. We're with you here. And we're also going to see if we can flip this script a little bit. Because the more that we tell ourselves, I'm so anxious, we might perpetuate that as well. So it is all a balancing game of really meeting that anxiety where it's at, understanding it. And I feel like, Jessica, what you explained is that's where you're at, just really trying to meet that anxious self and understand her a little bit more of what she's really needing, what's really making her anxious, and understanding those old patternings and wounds. Sounds like you've got a few wounds that are activated right now, to really pour your attention and energy and healing and understanding your anxious self, which could be your inner child as well. But this could also be helpful for you. This is an embodiment practice that we're going to do together today, and it's called Meet Your Secure Self. So the theme of this masterclass is, for today, anchoring in, because she is there. She is there. You may not be able to connect with her right now because anxiety is running the show, but she is there. And I want to see if we can just access her a little bit today. Okay, so this is an embodiment practice. So you're very welcome to either go ahead and do this with me if you are in a safe, comfortable space. If you are out and about, you can also just listen in and come back to it when you are in a space of being able to really go deep into your body and connect. All right, so I want to invite you, my loves, to just close down the eyes and get as comfortable as possible, leaning into the surface of your chair, of your sofa, of your bed. And we're going to create some safety. First of all, I just want you to feel with your body, whether it's your back, your hands, your bum, the support of the chair. Just really feel it. Lean back. Know that you are supported, that you are safe, that you are held by your secure self, by God, by the universe, whatever you believe to be true for you. Just take some big, deep breaths. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Release any anxiety, any stress that you might feel in your body today. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Just do a few more rounds of that as you roll your shoulders down, let your shoulders drop, let your jaw relax, let your chest, your arms, your hands all relax. Your neck is relaxed, your hips, your legs, your feet, all relaxing. And just notice if there are any thoughts coming through in your mind, just seeing them as clouds, observing them coming and going, inviting them as they come in to go, and keeping your attention and focus on your breath, anchoring into your breath. We're going to take one more breath together. Take a slow, steady breath in through the nose. Hold at the top just for a moment, feeling all that air in your body. And then through the mouth, exhale with a release. This physiological sigh, inviting your nervous system to calm down, giving it the signal that we are safe. And in this moment, you can place one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly, and just give yourself that signal, I am safe. There's so much happening outside of myself right now, but I am safe. Now, from this calm, grounded space, we're going to call forward your secure self. And as I mentioned yesterday, the subconscious mind is a powerful tool. It doesn't know the difference between actual reality and perceived reality. So everything that we can imagine with our subconscious can feel real. And you probably experience that when you start to imagine partners cheating or leaving you. It can feel very real, but we can use this as a tool for our good as well. So just taking another moment to ground into your breath, into your body. Now I want you to imagine this version of you who is deeply, unapologetically secure. And just allow your subconscious to guide you right now. No, there's no right way to do this. This could be something outside of you, where you can imagine your higher secure self standing in front of you. Or it could be just a feeling that you can feel within. But they live inside of you. This powerful woman, this confident woman. She's not a fantasy. She's your truth. And she's there. Visualize her standing before you. Just take a second to see how she holds herself. What's her energy like? What's her posture like? What's she wearing? How does her face look? How do you feel around her? If you're struggling a little bit, you can imagine maybe a time in your life where you did feel so confident and secure in yourself, even just for a moment, where you were doing something that you loved so much. If you cannot access it in that space, maybe you can imagine someone you know, someone who does present very confident and secure and calm. Just see if you can tap into their energy. And as you're standing or sitting before your secure self, just notice the calm that you feel in their presence, the strength in her stillness. This is the version of you who knows her worth, who knows what she deserves, who does not settle for less, who can love and be loved without resistance, without fear. She can open her heart knowing that she has got her own back. She can speak her needs. She can own her boundaries without feeling guilty. She does not chase. She chooses. She does not self-abandon. She self-honors. She self-respects. She knows that she's creating a life and love inside of her, outside of her, is that feels so good, that is in her best interest. And people are welcome to join her and be in her energy, or they can leave and create space for someone new. Now tap into this energy. Feel this energy in your body. You can almost imagine as you breathe in, you're breathing in her energy, and give it a color. It could be white, blue, pink. And imagine breathing in this secure energy that is radiating from her and filling up your body. And as you exhale, exhale that black smoke, all that anxiety, all that stress, all that tension. And just notice the difference that it makes you feel. Feeling those words sinking into your heart, feeling that energy sinking into your body like a heated blanket. Now imagine your secure self whispering one more thing to you, something that you really need to hear in this moment. And I'm not going to give you any suggestions. I want to see what comes through for you personally. What does your secure self want you to know right now? Listen to her as she whispers into your ear. Now take one final breath in, anchoring in this energy, anchoring in these words. Exhale through the mouth. And again, breathing in, anchoring in that energy, anchoring in those words. And exhale. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, come back to the session. Maybe even change your posture a little bit as you're sitting with me on this call, or maybe you were lying down, maybe you would like to sit up and just change your posture. There's a lot of science behind posture. When we change our posture, when we relax our shoulders, we straighten our back. A lot of this is taught in yoga as well, that we feel more confident. And you can also share in the chat as well if anything came up for you, anything you want to share with the ladies of how that embodiment practice was for you. Or if you're my replay squad, very welcome to use the comments or the Facebook group as well to share. And this is going to be part of your homework as well, so that can be your sharing time. All right, loves. I hope that that was so beautiful and amazing for you. Let's see. Why? Yes, love that. Sending love and light, beautiful, working. Yeah, I felt good. Beautiful, amazing. All right, so now I'm going to give you some anchoring tools that you can take away today. So like I said, this masterclass is not just going to be talking at you. Like I really want to give you some tangible, practical tools to really cultivate this within yourself. So I've got 3 here. You can either choose one or you can do all 3. What I want you to do is just start slow and steady and build it up as well. So maybe you want to start with one, but if you feel confident, you're like, I want to do all 3, amazing, you can do that. So the first one is a morning visualization practice. It can be something like we did just now, connecting with your secure self, whispering those words that she would want you to hear for the day and connecting into that energy. So you can take the practice that we just did and do it for yourself in the morning, just after you wake up and before you go about your day. And bonus points as well if you do it in front of the mirror. You can really see yourself. So instead of closing your eyes, you just look at yourself in the mirror. That can be quite uncomfortable. And just visualize that secure energy coming over you in a bubble and those words being whispered to you. First one. The second one is called the anchoring mantra. So you can add this onto your practice or just take it as itself on its own. So the anchoring mantra is something that stays with you. It anchors you into your secure self. So maybe whatever those words were that your secure self whispered to you, that's now your anchoring mantra. So every time you feel anxious, every time you feel like you're going into that space where you want to chase, you want to prove, you want to please, you come back to yourself, you take a few deep breaths, and you anchor that mantra in. It could be I am safe. Could be, I deserve. I know my worth. Could be anything and everything. I don't want to put too many ideas in your mind because I want it to come from you. And then the third one is called the self-trust ritual. If you want a bit more of a challenge, number 3 is all about every time you make a decision, and start small. The decision whether you have tea or coffee in the morning, the decision whether you go for a walk or not, the decision of what you do next, the decision to wash your face, the little things, the decision to drink water. Every time you make these small decisions, I want you to repeat to yourself, take a self-trust moment, be like, I can trust myself. I'm doing what's best for me. When you're drinking water, I'm doing what's best for me. I take care of myself. I've got my own back. So you can even pair that anchoring mantra in with the self-trust ritual as well. So pop in the chat or the comments if you're going to try number 1, number 2, or number 3, or all of the above. I'd love to see if I can hold you accountable as well, to see how, if I can check up on you with your permission, to see how this practice has been going for you. Okay, so let's see. Jessica's going to try number 2 and 3. Beautiful. Antonella, you're going to try it all, mix it up. Yes, that's another thing as well. Like what works for one person may not necessarily work for you. Give it a good go, of course. Be consistent and see if it does work for you. Everybody is different. And yes, it does depend on what you feel as well. You may need different tools on different days. And that is all, and that's what it means to have like quite a large, large toolbox full of different tools, and just trying and testing it all as well. Just like physical exercise. Some people love yoga, some people like weightlifting, some people like running. Everyone is different, and it's the same in mental health as well. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so your homework is to share one takeaway or realization from this session. And like I said, complete all 3 days to be entered to win the prize. You have until Sunday, and get ready to be coached in the comments. So if you haven't joined the Facebook group yet, it will be a link in your email. So you can go ahead and join and complete all that homework by Sunday, 9 p.m. ET time, to be in for a chance to win the prize. All right, so in summary, my loves, so I'm going to go into a little bit about the Securely Attached program in a moment, but I just wanted to take a moment to just give this a summarization for you. Over the last 3 days that we've spent together, it's been a journey. Let me know how you feel on these last 3 days, if anything has really awoken in you, if anything is really shifting into alignment, if you're anchoring in that secure self. And that's what it is. I've taken these 3 methods and combine them together. And the work that I do as well is a combination of psychological, somatic, and spiritual rituals and practices to be able to give this holistic, because we are a whole being, we are a holistic person, to be able to create this tried, tested, and proven method to take you from anxious to secure. So we need this element of awakening, aligning, and anchoring in order to create or remember or come back to, not create. I want to bring myself back away from that word, to anchor in and remember your secure self, that secure attachment. It is so possible for you. Okay. All right. Just reading the chat a minute. So you can have a little look at these results of the method that I've applied in my programs of awakening and aligning and anchoring, of what is possible for you. What is possible for you? Right? Because, oh, sorry, my loves. Because if they can do it, they didn't believe that they could when they joined the programs. And same for me, when I started this journey, I was feeling so overwhelmed. I'm like, I don't even know where to begin. And this is why I've created a roadmap. So you don't have to think about it anymore. You don't have to be so overwhelmed anymore about this process, that you have your structure. You have something to follow that you know has been tried, tested, and proven with not only myself, but hundreds of my clients who are all unique in their own way. And this is some of the things that they have said about working with myself, about the program, about becoming secure, the journey that they've been on. So I'm not going to go through them. If you do want to give them a good read, you can always come back into the replay. But we've got people crying in the shower from joy. We've got confidence massively improving. We've got partners being found and created, relationships being saved and repaired. Oh, this is a recent one from a client down here on the right where her back pain has just suddenly disappeared now that she's stepping into her secure self. So even the physical symptoms of trauma are now starting to be released from the body. It's an incredible, incredible journey. Fascinating for me to just witness all these amazing women that are going through this. So I have a question for you, my loves. Drop in the chat. Give me a yes or a not sure or no, depending on where you are. But are you excited about what we just talked about and the potential that is in front of you? Or are you feeling a little bit nervous? This is the time to really check in and be like, how do I feel about this journey ahead of me, about this work, about this deep inner work? Jessica Antonella, send me the link. I definitely will. And you will see the link in a moment as I go through the program. Jessica, the attachment audit was the best for me so far. Amazing. I'm so glad that was helpful for you. I need to focus more on my values. Yes, absolutely. I love it. Okay. Loving this energy that you're bringing to the session, my loves. Okay. But also, do you feel a little bit like this? Like, oh my God, just seems like a lot. And it's okay to hold both in both hands, right? I can feel so empowered and so ready for this, but I also feel nervous. I feel apprehensive. I feel overwhelming. This is so normal. This is so normal when we're starting something new, when we're doing something new, when we're challenging ourselves to be different, to create change within us. You could probably think of other times in your life where you've done something new. And this mixture of excitement and nervousness as well. So everything that you're feeling is completely normal. All right. So what I do want to say, knowledge and awareness is absolutely essential and key, like the attachment audit that we did. It can bring up so much to the surface and it can just be absolutely profound in and of itself. However, just knowledge and awareness alone isn't enough. I know a lot of us are binging on podcasts and self-help books and masterclasses based on knowledge. I know I've created a lot of embodiment work here as well to give you that balance, but a lot of us are just collecting knowledge and awareness, which is amazing, but it isn't enough. We also need that integration. We need the experience. We need to now embody what we're learning. We need the support to do so, because sometimes when we do it alone, when our system is wired for survival, it can feel too strong sometimes to overcome it. If you've ever tried to overcome those intrusive thoughts or that crippling anxiety, our body is sometimes locked in this state of survival, and it can be very difficult to come out of that and break free of that by ourselves. We do need support as human beings, whether it's professional support or personal support. We are built and wired for connection. We cannot, and we do not need to do things alone. We can create support systems and be able to receive it from others as well. And we need nervous system safety first and foremost. That is the first point of call in doing any kind of deep inner work. We need to feel safe in our nervous system. If you're brand new to nervous system, don't worry. We go through a lot of nervous system regulation work and practices, all the somatic goodness in the program as well. All right, so let me know in the chat if you resonate with this. And I'm basing this off of an experience of my own as well. So I wonder if you can resonate where we're already waking up anxious because we're wondering if they've texted us good morning. We look straight at our phones before we even open our eyes, and we see that good morning text has never come. And now we're spiraling. We're like, oh my God, what is going on? Did I say something wrong? Why are they not texting me back? Why are they not calling me? Why are they not showing up for me in this way? And then we get the text. We feel relieved for a moment. And then we start to feel immediately unsettled. So why did it take so long? What are they doing? Are they bored of me? Are they seeing someone else? And we start to spiral even more, and we start to feel even more anxious within our bodies. Maybe we feel that relief, we message back, and then the cycle continues. Now we're back into an anxious state and thinking, when are we going to hear from them again? Oh, should I have replied so soon? Oh, should I have said what I've said? And now we're going back and over analyzing. Ooh, it's exhausting. It's exhausting, and it can take us away from our work, from our friends, from being present in our lives. And sometimes we may even recognize that we keep ending up with emotionally unavailable people, even emotionally abusive people, toxic connections. And we're finding ourselves begging for the bare minimum. And we're wondering if we'll ever find someone half decent, or hoping that the person that we with will change, because maybe we're telling ourselves, if only they'll change, we would be so amazing together. I can see their potential. I just wish they could see their potential and actually live up to it. And we're holding on to connections for this reason, that we just desperately want them to change. We need to evaluate whether they are actually taking action towards creating change for themselves, because you are, just by being here, you are taking intentional action to creating change for yourself. So you deserve a partner that's going to match that energy, right? But we're done begging for the bare minimum. We're done chasing men that cannot step up for us. We deserve more. You're scared to be honest about your feelings with these people because you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want them to go away. You don't want them to feel uncomfortable. You know that it's going to result in an argument, and they're going to, go away, and they're going to create distance, and that's going to be just too much to handle. Relationships don't have to feel this way. I was about to say shouldn't feel this way, but they do from time to time. But this doesn't have to be the reality of your relationship or your dating life. Life is too short for this. Like, you deserve a relationship that makes you feel like you can conquer the world, that makes you feel like you can go out there and be your most secure, confident, empowered self. And I would always say that healing in a relationship and getting to that space is always level 2. Level 1 is creating that within you as well. So you play it cool, you bury your needs, you try to be perfect, hoping that they'll choose you. Does this resonate with you, my loves? Let me know. Yes, absolutely. Antonella, I gotta go. No worries, my love. Thank you. You can always catch up as well in the replay if you do want to know more about this program. Thank you for joining. So a visualization of what we go through, right? Everything is spurting out of our minds. We're like hyperventilating. We're being very, hypervigilant. We're having panic attacks. We're looking on their social medias, just trying to find those answers, and we're just driving ourselves a bit nuts. So this is where we could be currently. And let me know if this is what you truly want, to finally step off of that toxic relationship roller coaster, and start attracting and being attracted to partners who are secure, who offer both chemistry and compatibility, that element we talked about yesterday. To feel like yourself in relationships, to stop losing yourself in relationship. Maybe you see when you're single, you're more secure, you're more confident. When you're single, it's when you start to date that you get into this anxious space. I don't want to lose that part of me when I start a date. I want to feel like I can be my whole self, my confident self, without morphing into a panicked 5-year-old when we catch feelings. To learn how to manage your anxiety and overthinking, to finally let go of those beliefs whispering, I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable, I'm too much, no one's going to ever love me, everyone's going to leave me. We're going to let those beliefs go. They can be rewired. They are a conditioned product of the past, and they can be rewired, because deep down, you know that these beliefs that are circulating in your mind is what is influencing your emotions and your behaviors, and is what's keeping you stuck in these cycles. You're ready to let all that go, to confidently express your truth, your needs, your desires, your boundaries, not from fear or not from playing games, but from a place of deep self-worth and security, knowing that you've got your own back, and it is up to them. Their response is their response, and you're going to be fine regardless. Like, oof, can you feel that energy? Let me know in the chat if you can feel that energy within you. And then I got this little Beyonce gift here. Like, this is what we're calling in. It's like, yes, empowerment. Empowerment. We are ready. We are going out there in the world knowing who we are. We are confident. We are secure. We are grounded. And now we're listening to those love songs You know, those love songs where we thought, oh, will I ever feel this way about someone? Will someone feel about this way? We are in connections where we're now listening to those love songs. It's like, oh, I finally feel it. I'm finally there. I feel this way about myself, about my partner. He feels this way about me, and life is good. Life is good, and I have everything. Maybe you already have the career, the finances, the fitness all down. It's just the relationship part that needs to be called in. And this is what we are here for. All right. So in life, we're often presented with two options, with two paths. And this is how I see most people going when who watches the masterclass, they're either going to choose path A or they're going to choose path B. You're always making those decisions, right? From a space of self-trust. So path A is, oh, I feel overwhelmed. I don't know if I can do this. We're letting procrastination come in. We're letting those beliefs and fears talk to us and talk us out of taking intentional action. So as a result, we stay stuck in our cycles. We stay stuck in our patterns. We may go back to TikTok university, right? Just scrolling on social media, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's all so helpful, but a lot of people are now using it as therapy. And it's not the case. It is just a doorway into it. We may go back into, oh, if only the dating scene was better, if only all the men were not so shit, then everything would be fine. So now we're already now starting to come away from taking that radical responsibility, which is so important in creating change, and seeing things outside of us as the reason why we are stuck. Maybe using hope as a strategy. Oh, maybe I don't need to do this. Maybe I don't need to go on this journey. I can just hope that someone's just going to fall out of the sky and make everything better. Putting our key to happiness in other people's pockets. I just hope that when I find that person, then I'll be happy. When I find that person, then I'll feel secure. If I can just change this part about my partner, then everything's going to be fine. And as a result, you don't do anything after this training. This is path A. Path B, you take action, regardless of whether you sign up for the program that I'm about to give you some info on, or you do something else, but you take action that feels right for you, that you know that change happens within. You start to ask for that help, that guidance, that support that you know deep down that you need in order to unravel all those trauma patterns, those wounds. You're ready to evolve. You've had enough. I cannot stay the way that I am anymore. I'm getting older. Maybe I want children. I'm ready to now evolve into my secure self. You see the long-term vision. Another thing that I will say is this isn't a quick fix. This isn't a quick fix. Some people will sell you a quick fix and you may feel it in the spike of the moment, but it will not be sustainable. I'm all about sustainability. I'm all about seeing the long-term vision. I'm all about grounding in all of the skills and tools so you can have them for a lifetime, not for a moment. And you trust the process. You trust that the journey that you're on is taking you where you need to be, taking that radical responsibility for your results. So let me know which path you're leaning to if you want to share in the chat. So, of course, the picture's not working. So I want to introduce securely attached, and it's just such a shame that the picture is not working. Oh, technology. Here we go. My beautiful signature program picture securely attached is here. All right, let me come back to the screen. Okay. Oh, you can see the picture here. All right. So what is securely attached? So this is my signature program that is everything that you need to go from that anxious state that we have just been talking about to embodying that secure self that you have connected to today. This is the roadmap, the journey, the tried and tested modalities that I have inputted to get you from A to B. And what you will get from this program is video modules, pre-recorded video modules. It is a nine module curriculum. These are more educational, but there's also somatic practices, embodiment practices, all ingrained in this set curriculum as well. So you don't have to think, you just have to follow. There's going to be additional resources and workbooks to support you on your journey. And it's up to you whether you want to go from start to finish, or maybe you want to start to pick and choose at the modules. Maybe boundaries is where you want to start. So I'm always going to advise you to follow the flow of the curriculum, but you will have lifetime access to this. So you can always go back and watch all the different modules at any time that you want. You're also going to have weekly group coaching calls as well. So the program itself, you will have lifetime access to. The calls will be a 12-week package. So we will do this via Zoom, just like we're doing today together. And we're going to be doing this together as a group. So you can probably feel how good it feels to be with other women. This is a women's only group, to really share your experiences, to support each other in all that you're feeling as well. So these are going to be very powerful calls. So the modules themselves are all going to be about the education that you need. And then the calls are going to be about embodiment and grounding you into it, and hot seat coaching and real-time support as well with anything that is happening in your life. Doesn't need to be anything that you're following in the program. It could be like, Samantha, help me because I'm going through this with my person, with my partner, with this connection. I need some real-time support right now. That's what the calls are going to be there for. So you also have a healing portal as well. So I'm big on somatic therapy. It's all like psychology and talk therapy all has its place, but a lot of the trauma that we hold is held within the body. So I'm going to give you access to a healing portal full of embodiment tools to be able to release and move that trauma through, and somatic practices. And this is going to complement you and support you on your journey, if not a big pillar of what it means to move from anxious to secure, because a lot of that anxiety is now stored in the body and we can't think our way out of it. A lot of ourselves, we try to think our way out of feeling anxiety, but we have to feel our way out of feeling anxiety. So this was accessible to you as well. And we also have our support group of ladies. You'll be part of a community and you will all form connections and relationships with one another as well. I really do believe in the power of sisterhood, of coming together and supporting your sisters to evolve. And when you see them evolving and growing, you're going to be so inspired and they're going to be inspired by you. And we're just all going to be feeding off each other's energy as well. This feminine energy of coming together and healing in sisterhood. So we can then go out there in the world and continue our healing with a male partner. So all of this so far, you have your 9-module educational curriculum, which you have lifetime access to, your weekly coaching calls, which is a 12-week package. You can also extend as well if needed. Private support group, exclusive live workshops, and the whole holding process right now is valued at just over $5,000. But that's not it. We have some bonuses as well. I know communication is a massive blockage for a lot of us in our relationships. So I'm going to be giving you the scripts that I give my clients. A lot of my clients have really been able to save and repair relationships through these communication scripts. So you're going to receive that and use them as well. And it's going to guide you to use it in a way that you can start to now embody your secure self by using the scripts. So the next bonus is that we will have a live feminine energetics workshop. Now, I am not an expert on feminine energetics, even though I'm on that journey myself. So I'm going to be inviting a guest speaker to give us a phenomenal workshop of how we can really tap into our feminine. A lot of us seem to be living in our masculine, myself included, and we need the masculine because the masculine allows us to achieve in our career. I'm in my masculine right now. We need the masculine, but the feminine is where we need to drop into most in our relationships, to really drop into leaning back into receiving. So we're going to learn all about feminine energetics and embodiment from our guest speaker. So I'm going to take you through the modules, the phases. So the phases are based off of what we've gone through in today's session as well. So the first one is awakening, phase 1, awaken. And these are the modules here as well. I'm not going to go through them right now, but they're all on the website page if you do want to give it a good look at what the modules are all about. But module 1 is understanding attachment styles. So I've given you a little bit of an insight on day 1 training where we did the attachment audit. So we're going to go even deeper into our attachment trauma, and it can be like a sacred mirror. And we're going to really unpack what's truly going on with us and with other people as well. You're going to start to walk around and just notice all these things. I can't help it now. I notice, oh, that person's avoidant, that person's anxious. I try not to label people, but it can be a little bit of fun. But we can start to identify these patterns and traits in others as well. Module 2 is tame your triggers. This is where you're going to be introduced into nervous system regulation and how to manage anxiety and anger and sadness and loneliness and anything else that is coming up with you, all those overwhelming emotions, using somatic therapy practices to take you from a space of chaos to calm. Module 3 is all about healing those core attachment wounds and beliefs. We're going to be doing subconscious reprogramming rituals. So this is where the psychology element is going to come in, and any spiritual wounds as well that we start to unpack together. So these energetic imprints can create sabotage in our relationships, and we need to treat it like a physical wound, right? We need to create a safe environment, because medicine actually doesn't heal a wound. It just creates an environment to heal. Your body heals itself. It's the same in mental health. Your body heals itself. We just need to create an environment. We need to give you the practices and the tools so your core attachment wounds will heal themselves. And the beliefs will then start to transform from I'm not good enough to I am so worthy. I am so enough. I'm so deserving. Let me know if this is exciting so far. The second phase we'll step into is alignment. We are going to align ourselves with our secure self. And how we're going to do this is sacred reconnection. We're going to drop into needs work, into inner child work, and into internal family systems. So these are the methods that I use here to really start to reconnect you to your needs. If you're someone who has had some broken connection in attunement in your childhood, this is where you'll start to reconnect and reattune to your needs, to your desires in module 4. Module 5 is all about overthinking, overcoming that overthinking, those cognitive distortions that happens in our minds when we start to spiral. You'll understand why that's there, start to challenge that distorted thinking and transform those fearful narratives into empowered ones, so we can start to lead with more empowering thoughts. Module 6 then is all about crafting that relationship values and vision. Did a little bit with you yesterday. We'll go deeper with that and really start to create a solid blueprint for the partner that you want to call in, or the relationship you want to create. So we're doing this based off of self-trust and authenticity, not fear or doubt. And I guess you could call it manifestation. We're going to do some manifestation work as well here in module 6. So already it's a lot, right? It's a lot, and it's very in depth, and we're going to take our time through it all. But the final phase then would be anchoring that secure self. Module 7 is all about those bold and beautiful boundaries. So you can learn what it's like to set boundaries with confidence and be able to sustain them so they're not easily broken by yourself or by others, and really learn the value of setting boundaries and not feeling so fearful in doing so. Module 8, conscious communication and conflict resolution. This is a major part of becoming secure and having secure relationships, is being able to communicate and resolve conflict effectively, a massive skill in relationships. So I'm going to teach you all about that using a method called non-violent communication. So we go into practice together. Don't be scared. You will be at a point where you are ready at this point, and we're going to practice those communication. And then module 9 is strengthening that self-trust and intuition. We're really bringing it all together in module 9 and really strengthening in trust, intuition. This is a bit more of a spiritual module here. We're going to practice surrender. We're going to master the art of detachment and really find that true connection, both with yourself and the divine, so you can then connect with others around you as well. So that is the anchoring phase here. So I won't go too much in depth with the women that have been through this journey already, but just a little insight, just so you know that I'm not talking out of my ass, that there are actual real women that have gone through this journey, that have come out the other end and are now in their secure selves. So Anya here, beautiful Anya, she was in a relationship with a toxic man, to be honest, attached to him though, couldn't leave him, started her journey towards healthy detachment, and the rose-tinted glasses fell off, and she finally left that relationship with my support. She's now dating and meeting men from a space of presence, of love, of connection. These are some of the messages that she sent me while she was on her journey. And you can see here that she came from a space of just feeling so desperate, so anxious, in people-pleasing mode, like a dried out little girl, as she said. And she just didn't know how to overcome this state of where she was. And now she can see, she actually met up with her ex. You can see here on the left, and his ex said that she can see now that I'm a freaking amazing person. But at that point, she didn't want him anymore. Now he knew that he had completely lost her, and she was now dating these attracting beautiful humans and having new needs. She completely transformed into having new needs, setting new boundaries, and just being her whole secure self. We have Julie here, who attracted her partner while on her journey, because actually the partner before this, he actually got sent to prison. This is the type of partners that she was attracting: emotionally abusive, gaslighting, disrespectful. She was completely codependent in her relationships. She thought there was something wrong with her. But as soon as she started to prioritize herself, do the deeper work, regulate her nervous system, she attracted the man of her dreams, just like that. And it can be just like that. And some of the messages that she has shared with me as well. And lastly, we have Yulene, beautiful Yulene. She is in a relationship with a secure partner. But because of this, she was noticing old triggers, old sabotaging patterns coming up. She would overanalyze everything. She would catastrophize, and she would be in complete fear that her partner will leave her. She tried everything: podcast, following on Instagram, all these different coaches, watching reels, journaling, even formal therapy, and nothing seemed to work. So we went on our journey, we calmed her anxieties, changed the relationship with her emotions so she could relax and feel her confident self. And she was able to really come into her secure self and be in her relationship. And now her relationship is thriving. She just sent me an update the other day that they're on holiday in the Philippines, having the most amazing time. She's feeling so safe and secure in herself. The jealousy is gone. I remember that being a part of it, that she was constantly thinking that everyone around her was better. It's completely gone, because she's able to sustain this secure self. And I put this in here because actually she was very apprehensive about joining. She's like, I don't know, I have a lot of doubt and anxiety about this program, whether it's going to help me fix myself. And she was so hesitant in putting so much time and money and effort into this. But as you can see, it really was very much worth the investment. I also did a podcast interview with another client called Leanne on my podcast as well, where she talks about her journey from attracting avoidance to finding her secure partner. So if you want to listen to that podcast episode as well, just let me know in the Facebook group and I can send it to you. So how is this program different? What is different about Securely Attached? Why should I choose this program over all the other programs that's out there? Well, along with all the amazing modules that we're going to be doing together and the community that we are going to create. And I just wanted to give a little insight about what I'm not going to teach you, just so you know what you're going to let yourself in for. Okay. I'm not going to teach you how to manipulate anyone and make you obsessed. I know some of the programs out there will do that. And if that's where you want to go, absolutely go and do those programs. But I'm not going to support you how to make anyone obsessed with you and how to manipulate anyone into coming into relationship with you. I'm going to really, like I said, that long-term vision, ground those things into you so it happens as a natural occurrence, that someone's going to fall in love with your authentic self, with your secure self, and not because of any manipulation strategies. What I am going to teach you is embodiment. Knowledge and awareness, educational, yes, has its place, but the core teaching here is embodiment, is really becoming that secure self, remembering, coming back to, coming home to that secure self. So it's almost like a second nature. It will be a second nature to you because it always has been. It always has been there. Now, you might have some thoughts and beliefs happening right now saying like, this all sounds amazing. I really want to sign up, but I think I can do this by myself. Maybe I'm going to give it a go. But like I said, when we try to do this DIY journey, we can get trapped into those old wounds, those old patterns, and we can sometimes fall back into that. And it can feel a little bit too strong for us to really break through them. And you don't have to do it alone. You get to do it in community with sisters. What if it doesn't work? I totally understand. I cannot promise 100% guarantee a result, but what I will say is 100% of my clients have been able to achieve some all more than their goals that they set for themselves coming into these programs. So even just taking this step, this leap of faith in yourself, that something is going to shift, even by saying the word yes and signing up, something already is shifting within you. So I'm very, very confident that whatever goals you set coming into the programs, you will achieve with my support. What if I don't believe I can do it? Totally get it, right? We're like, oh, I don't know if I have the capacity. I don't know if I can do it. And that is the beauty of a group program. We're going to hold you through that. We're going to support you. Sometimes it can feel overwhelming doing it alone. We're going to support you and hold you in those times that you believe that you cannot do it. What if I don't get the results I want? Going back to that thing as well, like I'm very confident that you will. Maybe we need to tweak them a little bit, maybe pull them back if you feel like it is too far-fetched. This is a journey. We are walking, we are not running. I don't know if I have the time. Hear this a lot as well. I get it. We're all busy and we all use our time. Our time is an asset, right? And we all use our time in the things that are important to us, that we prioritize our time in this. So it is all manageable as well. So all the calls will be recorded. If you cannot come to the calls, you will be recorded and you can have that hands-on support in the group. And also the module to have lifetime access. So if time really is a factor in holding you back, I want you to just know that this isn't a rush. This isn't something that we're running towards, that you do get to take your time with all of this work, that you have lifetime access. I don't think I can afford it. So I understand as well, money being an asset that we use to be able to prioritize what's good for us in our lives. And I get it. I'm not going to fluff that. This is an investment. This is an investment in you, in your life, in your love, in your relationships, in your mental health, an investment. So I am going to break it into manageable payments as well. But before we get into that, we have all the list here of what you will be able to access, that 9-module curriculum, the coaching calls, the support group, the healing portal, the scripts, the energetics workshop, the whole hand-holding process. This is a lot that I'm putting into this program. This is my baby. This is everything that I have been working with and towards put into one place. Now, the total value of this program is $8,000. Now, the good news is I'm not going to charge you $8,000. What I will offer is an early bird investment price just for you guys on the masterclass year of $997 only. And that is a pay in full option. Or if you are watching from the UK, it is £791. If you do want to convert it into your currency, I do accept all currencies, so you can convert it and see what that is for you as well. So this is the early bird investment. An early bird investment ends on Sunday, and then it will go up to $1,497. So this is the pay in full option. And if you decide to pay in full, you also get a 30-minute one-on-one bonus kickoff call with me as well. Now, if that still feels like a lot, then we do have a monthly plan of $350 for 3 months. That's £277. So that's manageable. You can get yourself onto that monthly plan. If it still feels like a lot, just reach out to me. I want to make this work for you. I want to make this work for you, and we can break it down even more. Okay, so if you really do feel like you need this program, you want to be a part of this program, I do not want finances to get in the way. It should not be a barrier. So reach out to me and we can make something work. But these are your options for now. We can either pay in full, get that bonus call, or that monthly payment plan of $350. So like I said, early bird pricing ends on Sunday, April 27th at 9 p.m. and then it goes up to $1,497. And the real question is, can you afford not to do this? If things were going to remain the same, what does your future look like? And this goes for anything, any action that you take, whether you choose this program or something else, like being able to move towards taking intentional action towards where you're going and refusing to stay stuck in those cycles, in those patterns, and deciding for yourself, you want to break free. You're ready to level up and become your secure self. Now, I get that this is a big decision. I get that you might want to talk things through, and I'm here for it. And I want to offer that we can get on a call together. If you want that, we can get on a 30-minute call to talk anything out, to talk any doubts, any questions that you may have, any concerns about the program. I'm here for it. Let's do it. Let's get a coffee and chat one-on-one through it all and see if this is the right fit for you. So if you do want to book a call, you can just pop in the chat the word call or in the comments or in the Facebook group or DM me. The link will be on the website page as well. So you can go ahead and book in your call. If you book in your call before Sunday, I will honor the early bird pricing as well. So let's say our call is not until Monday. If you decide that you want to sign up while we're on the call, I will honor that you book the call before Sunday. So therefore, we'll honor the early bird pricing as well. Or if you're ready to go, you don't need a call. You're like, I want to secure my spot because they are limited. I'm only taking a handful of women because this is a very intensive program. We don't want hundreds of people in this program. It's a very intimate program. So if you want to secure your spot, you can go ahead to this website here. It's www.sammyreedcoaching.com/securely attached. So I could put the link in the chat. Let's see if I am able to do that, or you can just type that in there. But this is all the information that you need. I'm just getting that link up for you guys so you can just immediately access it. Or it's going to be available in your emails, in your Facebook group as well. And it's there for you. Okay, so I'm just going to present the screen again. Sorry about that. Okay. Oh, everything's just a little bit slow now. But let me know in the chat, how are you feeling about this program? Do you have any questions that you would like to ask right now with me live? Oh, Sandra, bless her. She left a comment before she left. I highly recommend Sammy and her courses and wisdom. You will not be disappointed. She's amazing. Sandra is a client of mine. She is a one-on-one private client. So thank you, Sandra, so much for that. And Lex, ready to channel my inner Beyonce. Yes, girl, I'm with you. Absolutely. Jessica, I want path B. Oh, yes, I'm loving the energy, girls. Amazing. So this is where I'm going to love you and leave you. If you do have any questions, you can pop them in the chat now before we say goodbye, or you can book in that call and we can talk about this program together. But this is everything that you need here on the screen. You can screenshot it so you have everything that you need. And like I said, the link there is at the top. I've also put in the chat. And yeah, I will hopefully see you in the program. I would be so honored to guide you on this journey. Really and truly be honored to have you in the program. All right, my loves, we are at time. Perfect timing. 90 minutes. All right, so book in your call, secure your spot. I will see you in Securely Attached program where we will go deeper with this work in realms and layers that you can't even fathom, and you will be held through it all as well. You don't have to do this alone. I know this is a lot. You don't have to do this alone. I am with you. I am guiding you. I am supporting you every single step of the way, truly and honestly. If you are committed to yourself, I am committed to you 100%. And with that, sending you so much love, and I'll see you in the program. Thank you so much, girls, for coming with me live.